Welcome to my channel, and I'm back with you once again with another video of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Few days back I purchased the Boeing 777-300ER by Captain Sim House. It was for not that much amount of money, but still I spent some money on it and I'm kind of disappointed because in X-Plane 11 I never got a chance to fly 777. And I always refrain from buying planes because there have been one or two instances where I have purchased a plane and there was an issue with it. Let's say for X-Plane 11 I bought Airbus A350 and it didn't have a support for the SID install. So that's why I always try to use the default planes in the simulator, and I've always tried to practice them. But in the recent few months I have tried purchasing few planes, and somehow it's not been a very successful thing for me. So 2 days back I purchased this Boeing 777 and I tried to fly it, and there was an issue in maintaining the cruise altitude and plus the vertical speed. So in this video what I'm going to do is that I'm going to compare this Boeing 777 with the 747. I'm going to show you in this video that how it actually works, the vertical speed, how it works, and how the plane levels off at the given altitude. Because this Boeing 777 is based on the Boeing 747 of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I can also compare it with 787, but as it is based on the 747, it's got almost the same cockpit and same controls, almost the same thing. That's why in this video I will fly from Islamabad to Karachi, a 2-hour flight, but obviously I will not be completing the flight. I will just only try to reach up to the cruise altitude and will show you what is the problem. So first of all, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to okay, let's try the Boeing 777-300 by Captain Sim, and let's see what happens. So first of all, I'm selecting this plane and I'm selecting the airport OPIS, and I will go to OPKC. And doesn't matter, I'll use the runway 10 left. I'm not going into the flight planning stuff because obviously this video is not a tutorial or learning to fly or something like this, or I'm just giving you the feel of the plane. So if you're planning to buy it, you buy it at your own risk. Okay, let's set the departure. Okay, so the departure is set. We'll take off from runway 10 left, then a steep right turn towards Karachi. Okay, and let's keep the arrival at 25 right. Is it good? Okay, so it's a straight approach, nothing to worry about. We are not landing, that's why I'm not worried about that. I'll go to the navlog and I will set the cruise altitude 25,000 feet because I don't want to take so much time. It's already late in the night and I have to sleep to go to my office. So as soon as we'll take off from OPIS, we will be reaching the 25,000 cruising altitude, and that's it. So first of all, I'm going to try it with the 777. I will show you. What I've observed is this, that the vertical speed and the cruise altitude works perfectly all right under 10,000. If you go above 10,000, then there is an issue. Okay, so flight conditions time I've set to 9 in the morning. It's okay, everything is good. Let's go and try to fly this 777 by Captain Sim. I'm slightly disappointed. I don't know what to do about it. Hopefully there will be an update in the future which will solve this issue. So let's see. So here we are at the Islamabad airport, runway 10 left. This is the Boeing 777. Let's go out and have a look at it. The graphics, obviously, they're very good, very nice, gives you the real feel of the 777. I love this plane, 777-300. And in real life, I've also been flying by Emirates a lot on 777. It's always a delight. Okay, so the moment we'll take off, there's right turn. Everything is set. Let's see what is the cruising altitude. What is the altitude after the clearance we got? It's 15,000. So I will set the altitude to 15,000. Okay. Now let's set the altimeter to the barometric pressure. I assume that you know the basics of flying, and if you don't, you have to watch other videos on my channel in order to just know the basics, because right now I'm just showing a comparison to all those people who are actually familiar with flying, know the basics, and they want to buy this 777. Okay, so the altimeter is 30.01. Let's set it to 30.01. Okay, so you can see over here that it's 30.01. Okay, release thrust is idle. Release the parking brakes. Okay. So 15,000 feet, speed should be 230 below 10,000, so I will keep it at 230. The similar things I will not only try, I will use them, the same technique, I will use it on the 747, and you will see that the cruising altitude for 747 and the vertical speed will work perfectly all right for that plane. Okay, so everything is set. I think we can just take off. Okay, that's good. V1 and rotate. Here we go. Positive rate of climb, so gears up. And now immediately I will turn on the autopilot. Good, and I will set the vertical speed to 2500. It was too early, but still, we are just seeing what happens. So auto throttle is on. Speed is set to 230 knots under 10,000 feet. Now the autopilot will automatically adjust the vertical speed, and the plane will start to climb. Right now the vertical speed is 1100 and the speed is set at 230 knots. Okay, so as I've set it to 2,500 feet per minute, the plane should be climbing at 2,500 feet, but right now I think due to the turn, the speed has reduced a lot, the vertical speed has reduced. Let's see if it goes up. It should be at 2,500. So you can see it's climbing very fast, and will stabilize round about at 3,000. Okay, it's stabilized. So you see it's going up and down. So there's a lot of variation in the vertical speed. Let's go out and see what happens, what's happening from outside. Okay, so it's a stable climb now. But initially it was not a stable climb. Okay, so it's now stable at 2,500. That's good. As I told you before, that what I've observed is this, that below 10,000 feet, everything works perfectly all right. But as soon as you're above 10,000 feet, then there is an issue. So far you can see that everything is good. I wish this plane was working perfectly all right, because I wanted to do a flight from Karachi to Dubai. But unfortunately I couldn't, and from Islamabad to Dubai as well, because I've flown to Islamabad to Dubai this year twice. Once in Feb, another flight I took it in October. So I really wanted to replicate those flights as well. So you can see now the climb rate is increasing. It's going up. It goes up to 2,800, then it's decreasing. So there is a variation in the vertical speed. The vertical speed is not really stable. It's right now at 2,300, whereas it should be at 2,500. This thing is not happening in 787 and 747. You can see my videos of 787 on my channel, and this issue is not happening on those planes. But over here we have an issue. So now the plane is crossing the 10,000 mark, and the vertical speed is changing a lot. It's 2,800 right now. And now I think you will see more variations, and I'm not really sure, but previously when I was doing this video, the plane was not leveling off at the given altitude. That's 15,000 feet. It was just climbing and climbing. So let's see if it stabilizes. But right now you can see that the vertical speed is very high. It's 2,800, whereas it should be 2,500. Just to save time and keep everything very quick, I will not go up to 25,000. I will just try to stabilize at 15,000, and then I will try to descend from there as well, because I've seen that there are issues in descending as well. So you can see the vertical speed is right now at 3,000, whereas it should be at 2,500. Actually, I've been switching a lot between Airbus and Boeing. So obviously Airbus has a different technique and Boeing has a different technique. So 2 days back when I was making this video, I was trying to fly from Karachi to Dubai. I thought maybe I'm doing something wrong. Then in that video, I just kept on looking at different instruments and different settings that maybe if I'm wrong. I tried many things, but it didn't work out for me. So today I experimented again, and still I have the same issue. So the plane should level off at 15,000, but you can see that, it's not leveling off at 15,000. It will go up. So that's the error. So it's at 15,100. So if it is at 15,100, the ATC will keep on telling you to basically descend to flight level. Right now we have a clearance for 20,000, but still if I go to 20,000, then you will hear an error because we have to go down. So that's an issue that I'm facing. Okay, now let's try to descend. So let's say if I try to descend by 2,000 feet and if I want to go to 13,000 feet, what will happen? The plane should descend and level off at 13,000. So I will turn on the vertical speed, and I will keep the vertical speed at 2,500 feet per minute. That's the descent rate. And let's see. So now the plane is descending. And you can see there is an issue because the plane should be descending at 2,550 feet per minute. But right now it's descending at a very slow rate. So this is an issue that I'm facing with this plane, and I'm kind of disappointed because this is one of the major things. If it was a small issue, I would have given it a go ahead. But right now, if you are planning to purchase this plane on the Microsoft Flight Simulator, I will request you to just wait for a few weeks or maybe months till the time this issue is fixed. I'll keep you updated on my channel. So do subscribe to my channel where you will see the update. But you can see right now that I am trying to now descend to 13,000 feet at 2,500 feet per minute. But right now, it's not happening. and you can see the plane is descending and then it's going up. I don't know. Maybe it's trying to compensate for the speed. Let's reduce the speed to 220. Let's see what happens, if it works or not. But you can see the plane is climbing and then descending. So this usually happens when you are going at a high speed. That's why I've reduced it to 220 knots. Okay, so you can see the plane is not descending. Let's see if I increase the vertical speed, rather decrease it further to 4,250 feet per minute. Let's see what happens. You can see the plane is constantly climbing. There is a constant increase in the altitude. So that's an issue. So so far I'll just discontinue this video over here. Not the video, but the flight over here. And I will just go back to the flight planning. I'll make a flight plan. I'll take the 747. And then again, we'll try to climb up to 15,000 feet and then try to descend to 13,000 feet by using the same procedure. So I'll just change the plane. I'll go to 747. Just to show you that I'm not doing anything wrong. Because initially I thought maybe I'm doing something wrong. Okay, so OPKC to Karachi. Same flight plan. I'll go for high altitude airways. 10 left. And this was the departure, and arrivals are, it was a straight arrival, straight approach. Okay, great. So everything is set, and let's keep the altitude again to 25,000 feet. So I will be cruising at 25,000 feet, but obviously we will not go up to 25,000 feet. Within just like 10-15,000 feet, you will know that the vertical speed works perfectly all right for Boeing 747. And you can just watch my other 787 videos. You can see that if it even works for the 787. So flight condition, it's 9 in the morning. Let's go fly this plane and let's see what happens. Okay, so this is Islamabad airport. Been flying a lot. There's this actual video of me landing at Islamabad airport like 3 years back in 2018 when this airport was newly inaugurated. Okay, so let's reduce the throttle and everything is set. No need to just play around with the instruments. It's okay. Flaps we have. Okay, so the we have a clearance for 7,000 feet. So I will set the altimeter to 7,000 feet. Okay, 7,000 set, 230 knots is the speed. Flight direct on, auto throttle is on, everything is good. Just release the parking brakes and let's take off. Okay. It's a long runway, Islamabad airport. It is actually designed to accommodate the Airbus A380, but now the airlines actually are abandoning A380. Gears up. Okay. So positive rate of climb, gears up. I'll just turn on the autopilot, and the vertical speed I'll set it to 2,500, and it's set. Now you can see that I have set the vertical speed to, let's set it to 2,550 feet per minute. You can see there will be little variations in 747, very small variations, but still it will try to follow the vertical speed that I've given it. So we are climbing to 7,000 feet, and let's retract the flaps. Okay. So it's roughly 2,550, 60, 70. It keeps on fluctuating with very small fluctuations. But in over there, in 777, you must have observed that there was a fluctuation for almost 500 feet. That was not right. And plus issues with the descent. So I will try to climb up to 7,000 feet. I think then we'll get clearance for further 12,000 or 15,000 feet. Once we are there, then I will try to descend. Because it's a very simple procedure. You simply get up in the air and turn on the autopilot, LNAV, which is the longitudinal navigation, so that the plane follows the path, and you set the vertical speed and the autopilot starts working. I don't play around with the VNAV. You can do that. Then the plane automatically calculates the vertical speed and the speed and everything, but I just do it manually over here in the flight simulators, because at times there are some errors. So just to avoid them, I just control the vertical speed and speed by myself. Otherwise, everything is looking good. You can see the plane is climbing to 7,000 feet, and it will actually level off at 7,000 feet. You must have seen in the 777 part that it was actually not leveling off at 15,000 feet. So it just kept on climbing and climbing. It was like stabilized at 15,100, 200. So because in Microsoft Flight Simulator we have ATC option, so if your altitude is not as per the given altitude, then obviously you'll keep on hearing errors. So you can see now the plane is stabilizing. It started to stabilize at 6,500. The vertical speed started to reduce because the plane has to level off at 7,000. So far it is working perfectly all right. And the plane will actually level off at 7,000. So let's see, 17,000 feet. Now we have a clearance for 17,000 feet. So I'll simply set it to 17,000 and you will see that it will work perfectly all right. It's very simple. It's not a very big rocket science. Okay, vertical speed, and let's set it to 2,500. And that's it. You can see the plane will start to climb exactly at 2,550 feet. With some little variations, it's okay. Because the plane is also adjusting, the autopilot is adjusting the speed and the pitch. So it will eventually stabilize at 2,500. With some little variations. So the plane is now going for 17,000 feet, and once I am at 17,000 feet, I'll also try to descend to, let's say, 15,000 feet, descend by 2,000 feet, and you will see it will work perfectly all right. But so far, things are very clear. You must have seen in the 777 that there was a huge fluctuation. The vertical speed was fluctuating at a very high rate. But now it's stable. So, if you want to buy 777 and want to try your luck, or maybe you find a way around, it's good. You can buy it. Otherwise, I will not suggest you to buy it right now. It's usually a 2 hours flight from Islamabad to Karachi. Last time I took this flight was in 2014. I was working for a telecom company and I had to go from Islamabad to Karachi for some training. So it was an interesting flight. We went on a leased plane, so there was no PIA livery. And even the crew was also not PIA crew. But it was a PIA flight. And on the way back, yes, again, way back again, there was a leased plane. So that was the last time when I took a domestic flight. But since then, I have been flying international, so no domestic flight within Pakistan. But I've been flying a lot to Bahrain, to Saudi, Riyadh, to Jeddah, to Dubai, Oman. So I've seen most of the cities in Middle East. Qatar is left, so hopefully, maybe just in the coming few months, I'll try to go by Qatar. Or maybe next time when I'm going to Pakistan, I'll take Qatar. Okay, so 2,550. You see, it's working perfectly all right. 230 knots. Everything is good. Wind at 18 knots from 297. Degrees. Okay. Some little time to go, and you will see that plane will automatically start to levelize at roughly 500 feet before or 800 feet before the given altitude. Then I will try to descend by 2,000 feet. So right now 16,000 feet, one more 1,000 to go. And now you will see the vertical speed is now decreasing because the plane is about to level off. And this was not actually happening for 777. And here you go. So we have a clearance for 25,000 flight level 250, but obviously I will not climb up to 2,000. Again, I am saying 2,500, 25,000 or flight level 250. I will not go up there, but you can see that plane is exactly level off at 17,000, and that's it. This is how it works. And if I try to descend, let's say if I try to descend by 2,000 feet. I'll just keep it at 15,000. Okay. And I'll turn on the, and I will descend at, let's say, 2,000 feet per minute. And you can see that it is easily descending to 15,000 feet with the rate of 2,000 feet per minute, trying to stabilize because, you know, the autopilot is also adjusting the speed, the thrust. 15,000 feet, so the plane should level off. And that's it. You can see the plane is stabilizing, and it will stabilize or level off at 15,000. So that's it. Not a big rocket science. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to fly a Boeing plane in the flight simulator. Is very easy to fly. Autopilot is very easy. Vertical speed, it's easy controls. But somehow that 777 from Captain Sim has an issue. So it's up to you whether you want to buy it or not. I will not try to influence your decision, but whatever I just experienced, I just wanted to capture it in my video. If you have further inputs in this regard, you can just let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions or you want me to try something else, you can also comment it in the comment section. Thank you very much for staying with me. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I keep on giving you updates regarding the Microsoft Flight Simulator. And plus, for X-Plane 11, I'm also planning to do a flight on the coming weekend and waiting anxiously for X-Plane 12. So, this is it. Thank you very much for staying with me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.